He said if Rowley was aware of people exploiting young vulnerable women in and out of office and did not take necessary action, that was tantamount to misbehavior in public office. That is the same thing I was saying. Since the PNM lost the election, I often say when a political party has been in office for a long time and they lose an election, that's when they hit an iceberg. And following the hitting of the iceberg, soon after, a lot of things start unraveling, and then the party basically starts to implode and then go under. You know, a lot of things are happening within the PNM right now. There's so much confusion here, back and forth, and other things. People throwing words for different MPs and stuff like that. The latest, of course, Rowley is saying that is Rowley and the sex claims, cops probe sex claims made by Rowley. That's the latest, apparently. He's saying that, or he alleges that MPs exploited young females. If I were to imagine, this is something that's going on right throughout the Caribbean and in the outer world. You want a job, you go on a MP's a chair and you sit down and you open up as wide as before and you get a job. You want a job, you go and do something for them. So there's just a lot of worthlessness going on all around. But this is the demons of politics. And so Rowley is saying that, allegedly saying that, look, MPs exploited young females. But does Rowley really want to go down that road? And that is the question. Because if the police start asking for people to come forward, and then people come forward and say, well, he did that to me too, what is going to be happening? That's something I don't know if you want, but you can leave your comments in the section below, because according to the Trinidad Express, the police are probing the former Prime Minister Keith Rowley claim that there were authentic witnesses to support the allegations that certain members of parliament, MPs and friends, exploited young, vulnerable females in and out of their office. A letter dated May 12, Acting Commissioner of Police Benjamin, former communication expert Robinson, that the matter was actively engaging the attention of the police at this time. On Friday midnight, Robinson wrote to Benjamin asking for an immediate police investigation into allegations made by Rowley. Robinson pointed out that on about May 7th, Rowley had issued a written response to a post by former Foreign Affairs Minister Amber Brown, and Rowley, made a number of grave allegations about unnamed members of parliament and their associates, including that there existed authentic witnesses and MPs and friends exploited young, implying incidents of sexual exploitation, abuse of power, and possible misconduct in public office. So he says there's authentic witnesses. There are people who can genuinely say, yes, that happened, this happened. Well, it looks like the police is going after this case hard, very, very hard. He went on to say that a letter to Benjamin, as a private citizen and public affairs practitioner, he was deeply concerned that such accusations originating from a former head of government had not already been subject to formal investigation. If there is any truth to these claims, they suggest the presence of serious criminal conduct, and they may have been enabled, ignored, or covered up by those in authority, Robinson said. You see what I'm talking about? Are you sure you want to go down that road? That's the same thing I was saying. Because if these things were actually going on, Robinson's saying, if there's any truth to these claims, they suggest the presence of serious criminal conduct that may have been enabled, ignored, or covered up by those in authority. And so he requested that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service take the following steps: launch an immediate investigation into the allegations made by Rowley, engage with Rowley directly to secure name, dates, and any evidence in his possession, take urgent steps to identify and safeguard victims, past or present, and coordinate when necessary with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and relevant parliamentary ethics bodies. Robinson said the allegations could not be left as vague political commentary, and that failure to investigate the risk sends a message that political elites are above scrutiny, particularly when the lives and safety of vulnerable women may be involved. Good for you. I love that. Let's continue. Let's say what he has to say. And he went on and he said, Robinson has put different questions to former Minister and PNM General Secretary Cummins, asking whether he believed there was any connection between Rowley's claims and separate allegations raised against him during the 2025 election campaign, whether he intended to take legal action to defend his name, and whether, given the controversy, he believed it was inappropriate to continue to serve as PNM's General Secretary. Those are questions. Cummins responded, of course, in writing, saying, only Rowley knows what he's talking about. I suggest you address his questions to him or any clarifications you require. That's correct. Cummins also condemned the viral video in which a man claimed that he witnessed beds being removed from Cummins' constituency office and that women had to provide favors for services. Comments described as rubbish, malicious, and outright lies, he claims, made in the video. Speaking to the Express, Robinson said that he decided to write to the acting police commissioner because Rowley's statement appeared to lend credence to claims that had gone viral. He said if Rowley was aware of people exploiting young vulnerable women in and out of office and did not take necessary action, that was tantamount to misbehavior in public office. That is the same thing I was saying. If these things were going on and you were prime minister and you know them and you didn't do anything about it, it means that it's tantamount to misbehavior in public office. Rowley, do you really want to go down that road? As a former prime minister, Dr. Rowley had a duty to report any serious allegations to the TTPS and not use them as political weapons, Robinson stated. He called on anyone who had been affected to come forward. This is going to be big. It's going to be explosive. Guys, leave your comments in the section below. What do you think? Do you know anybody? What are your thoughts on this matter? Leave your comments in the section below.